Hey guys, welcome to this Elder Scrolls Online getting started how-to video. This is not this is what you absolutely must do. This is just a way that I find easier to get things started, because if you're coming into the game for the first time, it can be very overwhelming as there's a lot of stuff to see, a lot of stuff to figure out. So I figured I would do you literally just finished the intro and now what? So we're going to go through a couple little things for when you get started, and we will see if this kind of helps you out in getting a little less overwhelmed right out of the gate. So you just got out of the gate, you have your levels, and you need to know what to do with them, what the bars down at the bottom are, the little skill bars and everything like that. So we're just going to go over those and not get into too much of the nitty gritty. So the first thing that you're going to run into is whenever you level up, you're going to get a claim reward. Most of the time, it's going to be a simple attribute point and skill point. These are important because these are how you build your character. Attributes play into these attribute systems right here, which you can pick up by hitting your character menu on a keyboard. That would be C. And you see Magicka, health, and stamina. Health is pretty self-explanatory. It increases your health on your character, which is good for usually tanking is the main portion where you're going to be stacking a lot of health. But if you feel you need a little bit of extra, you can put some points in there. Stamina is going to be your stamina based attacks, as well as your sprinting, blocking, and crouching. So when you sprint, block, or crouch, you'll notice the green bar on the bottom right, the numbers start to drop. Same thing if I'm crouching and if I'm blocking. Blocking, it's not going to drop your stamina while you're holding block, but it's not going to allow for any regen. And if you get hit by something, it will drop your stamina. Magicka is any magic based attacks. It also has an effect on your destruction staff and restoration staffs, as well as your Magicka attacks, which are similar to stamina attacks. So the first thing you got to figure out is your skills. So if you notice, actually, let me go back here. Let me claim these, because I need some skill points in order to show you guys what to do. So now you'll notice that I have some pluses and minuses over here on my health, Magicka, and stamina. If you plan on being a Magicka based class, this is where you would put your Magicka. If you plan on having a high health class like a tank, you use health. And if you're planning on being a stamina based class, you can put your points into stamina like I'm here. Mostly stamina classes use conventional weapons, swords, hammers, stuff like that, as well as bows, versus Magicka that typically use a staff or staves. After you get some skill points, you're going to notice that you have your class skills. You have 3 lines in every single class to start with. And then you've got your armor and stuff like that, but we won't worry about that right now. So in order to level these up and increase your skills, you have to unlock them. Each unlock requires a skill point. You gain skill points by doing the landscape content, questing through the main quests. Every level you get one, and then you can get them in dungeons and stuff like that. But again, that's for later on. As you level up, you're going to gain a skill point per level that you can put into each one of these skills. So what I like to do is I like to open up a skill in each line. The reason I do that is you need to have the skill on your bar, a skill on your bar in each one of these lines in order to level up your skill line. So if I want to level up my Ardent Flame line, I need to have a skill on my bar while I'm fighting or questing to gain XP on that specific skill. For instance, if I come down here and I gain some XP. So I gain some XP here. And now you'll see my heavy armor is increased because I'm wearing heavy armor. My ardent flame is increased to 2. Draconic power increased to 2. And earthen heart. Now you'll see level 2 for each of these. Now, as you level them, also it levels up your skills themselves. So every skill that you have on your bar will level up as well. So now I have Lava Whip up to level 2, my Ardent Flame to level 2. The reason you want to level these up is it unlocks each one of these skills and your passives. So unlock at rank 4. So once I get this to rank 4, then I can unlock this skill, which takes another skill point. Same thing here. Same thing here. So that's how you get your skills going and start it off with. And that will allow you to increase your character's progression significantly faster. So once you kind of get your skill lines figured out, you're going to see that there's going to be additional skill lines that are going to be opened depending on what you are wearing and what kind of weapons you're using. So for instance, I'm using a two-handed hammer. So now I just gained the line two-handed. In that, you're going to see an additional skill line that you can open up skills for as well. So ultimately, in the end, you're going to have some of your main skills from your skill lines on your bar, and you're going to intermix them with whatever weapon you're using at the time. If I were to switch to a bow and find an enemy, hopefully I don't die by attacking this dude, which I probably will. So now I have gained a bow skill or a bow line and also increased it to level 2 because I got good XP out of that. Now if I go back, you will see that I now have a bow line as well. And you will get that for every weapon that you decide to use. DPS classes are typically going to use a main weapon or weapons and a secondary weapon of some sort. So for instance, a maul or swords and a bow. Magicka classes are typically going to use a staff, and tanks are typically going to use a sword and shield. Getting into that is a little bit more down the road because we're just trying to go as absolutely basic as possible. So as you level up, you always want to put your attribute points in to whether you're going to be a Magicka class, a health class, or stamina class. And you want to always have skills on your bar that you want to unlock as you go. So that's kind of a getting started on your skills. In the future, we will go forward to questing, some more advanced weaponry and enchantments and everything like that. But hopefully this is enough to kind of get you started and figure out how you're going to set up your character. And we will continue on in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have any feedback, please feel free to comment. Also check out my social media and my live stream at twitch.tv/yicky. Hopefully you guys had a great day. We'll see you soon.